6 jeans brands men should ever buy, and 5 that are actually worth it. You buy a pair of jeans. You pay a real price, maybe $80, maybe $150, maybe more. You wear them for 3 months.
Then you notice it. The thighs are blowing out. The wash has faded in a way that looks tired, not lived in. And the fit that sold you in the fitting room has gone soft and shapeless because there was too much elastane in the fabric and not enough structure to hold it together. You look at the tag, you see a name you recognize. You feel like you made a responsible choice. You didn't. You paid for a label, a campaign, and a fitting room illusion. You got a pair of pants built to look great for about 30 days and fall apart on a schedule the brand already planned for.
Here's what this video is going to do. We're going to name 6 jeans brands that men should stop buying, or at least stop buying blind. And we're going to explain exactly why, using real criteria: fabric weight, stretch content, construction quality, price to build ratio, and how the jeans actually age. Then we're going to flip the script and give you 5 brands that still deliver real value. Some are affordable, some cost more, all of them earn it. By the end, you won't need a list, you'll know what to look for. Let's start with the problem. A problem with modern men's jeans. Denim was invented as workwear. The original idea was simple:
Heavy cotton, tight weave, copper rivets, reinforced seams, built to take punishment, built to last. What happened since then is one of the quietest frauds in men's clothing. The fashion industry figured out that men buy jeans based on 3 things: brand recognition, how they look in a mirror, and price as a proxy for quality. So brands optimized for all 3
and quietly stopped caring about the one thing that actually matters: whether the jeans hold up after 6 months of real use. Today, the average men's jeans sold at a mid-range or premium price point contains significantly more elastane than it did 20 years ago. Fabrics are lighter, constructions are thinner, washes are chemical, designed to make new fabric look worn and expensive in the store,
which also happens to weaken the fibers before you even pay for them, and the price keeps going up. Before we get to brands, here's how we're judging them. 4 criteria: fabric composition, how much cotton, how much stretch.
A jeans with 2% or less elastane behaves like denim. Above 3 or 4%, you're in legging territory, dressed up as a jean.
Above that, you're buying a fashion product with a denim texture, not a denim garment. Fabric weight, real denim has density. You can feel it. Budget and fast fashion jeans typically run 9 to 11 ounces. Mid-range and quality denim starts around 12 ounces. Heritage and Japanese selvage denim often reaches 14 to 16 ounces. Weight is not everything, but it correlates with how a jean holds its shape and how long it lasts. Construction, look at the inseam, the crotch seam, the back pockets. Are the stitches tight and even? Is there a chain stitch or a lock stitch? Are the bar tacks, those small reinforcements at stress points, actually there? Cheap construction fails at the seams first, and it fails fast. Price honesty, what are you actually paying for? Is the price explained by fabric, construction, and fit consistency, or by marketing budget, celebrity endorsements, licensing deals, and real estate on premium shopping floors? With that framework, here are the 6 brands men should stop buying without thinking. B-Ran 1, Lucky Brand.
Lucky Brand lives in the mall. It has the look of a brand with a story. The horseshoe logo, the Lucky You on the fly,
The California heritage vibes. But when you look at what you actually get for the price, the story stops making sense. Lucky Brand jeans routinely retail between $70 and $130. At that price point, you expect fabric that justifies the number. What you typically get is a mid-weight stretch denim with a formula-produced wash, inconsistent sizing across runs. It's in construction that's competent but completely unremarkable. The brand's aesthetic does most of the selling. Faded finishes, whiskering. Details that suggest the jeans have lived a life, but that artificial distressing is applied chemically and mechanically to fabric that was never particularly strong to begin with. You're buying the appearance of durability, not durability itself.
The real problem is that Lucky Brand occupies a price tier that should deliver genuine quality. It doesn't.
It delivers a lifestyle image at a price that punishes you for trusting it. You could buy a pair of Levi's 501s for less money and get a more honest product. We'll come back to why that matters. Lucky Brand looks like it has heritage.
It mostly has marketing. B-Ran 2, True Religion. True Religion built its entire identity on a horseshoe stitching pattern, a Super T logo, and the idea that paying $200 for jeans made you part of something aspirational. In the mid-2000s, it worked. The brand was everywhere. Celebrities wore them. The logo was visible from across a room, which was the point.
Here's what was behind the price. The same type of cotton stretch denim used by dozens of less expensive brands.
A manufacturing setup that did not justify the retail cost by any material or construction standard. And a distribution model that relied heavily on the logo doing all the work the fabric wasn't doing.
True Religion filed for bankruptcy twice, in 2017 and again in 2020. That's not a coincidence.
It's what happens when a brand's entire value proposition is an aesthetic trend, and the trend moves on. The construction was never the reason to buy, the logo was. And logos have shelf lives. Today, True Religion still sells. The prices are still high, the construction is still ordinary if you're wearing True Religion in 2025. You are paying, in part, for the nostalgia of a moment that already passed. The jeans themselves were never the point.
That's the problem. A $200 jean should be built like a $200 jean.
True Religion was built like a $60 jean with a very expensive stitch pattern on the back pocket.
Brand 3, Zara. For jeans specifically, Zara is a smart retailer. Its business model is genuinely impressive. Fast trend cycles, high volume, low production cost, enormous margins. As a business, respect is warranted. As a jeans brand for men who want value over time,
it's a different conversation. Zara men's jeans typically start thin. The fabric is light, often in the 9 to 10 ounce range. But the stretch content is high because high stretch makes sizing and production easier and cheaper. The construction is adequate for a garment that's expected to be replaced within a season or two, which is exactly what Zara expects. The price, usually between $40 and $90 depending on the style, feels reasonable for what Zara is. But it's only reasonable if you understand what you're buying. A fashion item with a short lifespan, not a denim staple that earns its place in your closet for years. The specific failure point for Zara jeans is the crotch and thigh area.
Lightweight, high-stretch denim under regular daily wear tends to thin and blow out at exactly those friction points.
With heavier, tighter woven denim, you get years. With Zara's typical fabric, you get months. There's nothing dishonest about fast fashion as a category if you know what it is. The problem is when men spend $60
or $70 on a Zara jean thinking they've bought something durable, they haven't. They've bought something stylish that will need to be replaced in about a year.
That's not a scandal, it's just a bad deal if you're looking for the wrong thing. B-Ran 4, G-Star Raw.
G-Star Raw has the look of a serious denim brand, the technical language in their marketing, the raw denim positioning, the Dutch design heritage narrative. It all suggests a brand that cares about construction. Look closer, and the picture gets complicated.
G-Star's product line has drifted significantly toward high-stretch, fashion-forward silhouettes that rely more on elastane and tailored fit than on actual raw denim construction. The raw in the name refers to an original product positioning that the brand has moved away from in its core commercial line.
Many of their best-selling styles contain 20% to 30% or more stretch content, at which point calling it raw denim is mostly a branding exercise. The pricing is aggressive. G-Star jeans regularly retail between $100 and $180, sometimes more. At that price, you should be getting fabric weight, honest construction, and fit consistency that justifies the number. What you're often getting is a slim or skinny silhouette in a heavily engineered stretch fabric with strong marketing language around denim culture.
The brand does make some products that hold up better. Their older 3301 styles in straight fits with lower stretch content,
which are more honest representations of what the brand once was, But if you're buying based on the G-Star name and the visual identity, you can
Without reading the composition label, you are likely paying a premium for a product that ages like a fashion item, not a denim piece. The label says raw, the fabric often says otherwise, BRAN 5, Diesel. Diesel is a brand that has reinvented itself multiple times.
Survived several near collapses and found a new audience every decade or so, the creative direction has been genuinely interesting at various points.
The jeans as a product are a consistent disappointment relative to what you pay. Diesel's pricing puts their jeans firmly in premium territory. $150 is a starting point, not a ceiling. At that price, you should be talking about fabric sourcing, with construction details, and denim that has a story beyond the marketing. What you typically get with Diesel is a fashion-forward silhouette in fabric that's been heavily processed to achieve a distressed look, sandblasting, bleaching, chemical treatments, all of which degrade the fibers before the jeans ever reach you.
The distressed aesthetic is central to Diesel's identity. The problem is that aggressive wash treatments weaken denim structurally.
You are paying for the appearance of a jeans that has been worn hard while actually receiving fabric that's been artificially aged and is therefore already compromised.
Diesel also leans heavily into trend cycles. Their silhouettes shift dramatically, which means that a pair of Diesel jeans that felt current
and expensive in year one can feel dated and still expensive in year two. You're not buying an investment piece. And if you're buying a fashion statement on a timer, Diesel's best case scenario is that you love the look, wear them occasionally, and accept the short lifespan.
Their worst case scenario is that you spend $160, wear them hard, and watch them fail at the seams inside of a year. Too often, it's the second scenario. Heavily processed denim is not premium denim. The damage is decorative. The price is not.
Brand 6, Armani Exchange and similar designer diffusion lines, this is the category that deserves the most scrutiny because it's the most cynical version of the problem.
Armani Exchange is not Giorgio Armani. It is a diffusion line, a mass market brand that uses the Armani name to sell products at a price point.
That has nothing to do with the construction or materials you'd find in a true Armani garment.
The same logic applies to brands like Versace Jeans Couture, Calvin Klein jeans at the lower price points, Tommy Hilfiger jeans at retail, and similar designer-adjacent labels. Here's what you're actually buying. Jeans produced in the same factories with the same or similar materials as brands that retail for $40 or $50 less. Packaged with a logo that adds $30 to $80 to the sticker price without adding anything to the fabric, construction, or fit quality. Armani Exchange jeans typically retail between $70 and $150. The construction is mid-range at best.
The denim weight is unremarkable, the fit consistency varies, there is no reason these jeans cost what they cost, other than the 2 letters on the tag. This is licensing as a business model. The parent brand licenses the name to a subsidiary or partner who manufactures at volume at low cost, retails at a premium, and splits the margin. The consumer believes they're buying into a design house, they're buying into a logo rental scheme.
When you pay for AX jeans, you're not paying for Italian craftsmanship, you're paying for the right to display letters that suggest Italian craftsmanship. That's a very different transaction. The most expensive lie in men's denim isn't a $200 pair of jeans.
It's a $120 pair of jeans that costs $40 to make and $30 more to market. Sold to men who assume the name means something about the product inside. The turn. How to judge a jean before you buy it.
Stop here for a second, because we're about to switch from what to avoid to what to buy.
And the list is less useful if you don't have the tools to go off script when you're standing in a store or scrolling through a product page.
And here's how to judge a pair of jeans in 60 seconds. Read the composition label. If elastane is above 3%, the jeans will stretch out. If it's above 5%, you're not really buying denim, you're buying a stretch pant with denim texture.
For a jean that holds its shape and ages well, you want 98% or 99% cotton or a very small amount of stretch for mobility, not for fashion.
Feel the weight, hold the jeans at the waist, and let the legs hang. Heavy denim has density, it holds itself.
Light denim is floppy and collapses. Weight alone doesn't tell you everything, but light denim in the $12 cost range was feeling identical to light denim in the $120 retail range is a signal worth paying attention to. Look at the crotch seam. This is where jeans fail. Is the stitching tight? Is there a double or triple stitch? Is there a chain stitch along the inseam? These details don't show in marketing photos. They show up in how long the jeans last. Check the wash. If the jeans look heavily distressed in the store, lots of artificial fading, intense whiskering, grinding on the pockets. A fabric has already been chemically processed. Processed denim is weaker denim. A simple, clean wash or a raw finish means you're starting with the full. The aging happens on your body through real wear. That's a better jean. Ask yourself, am I paying for construction or for a logo? If you don't know why this specific product costs this specific amount, if you can't point to the fabric, the stitch, the cut, or the sourcing as justification, then you're probably paying for branding. Now, here's where the money should go. Brand one worth it, Levi's, the honest benchmark. Levi's is not glamorous, that's the whole point. Levi's 501, 505, and 511 are among the most honest products in men's denim, and they are not the most luxurious, they are not the most interesting.
But they are built around a consistent standard that has been refined over more than a century of actual wear, not trend cycles.
The 501 in particular is an exercise in not overthinking it. 100% cotton, a cut that has remained fundamentally unchanged because it works.
No artificial distressing that weakens the fabric before you wear it. A price point, typically $50 to $80 retail.
Less on sale, that reflects what you're actually getting. Levi's jeans age correctly, wear them long enough, and the fading happens. Where your body actually folds and flexes, the thighs, the wallet pocket, the knees, the resulting character is earned.
It looks different from the chemical fading you get on distressed fast fashion because it is different, it's real.
The brand has lines that cost more and some that cost less. The Made in USA line and the premium Levi's vintage clothing range. They use heavier denim and better construction. They're worth the premium if you want them. But the standard 501 in dark indigo is one of the best value items in men's clothing, period. You pay for denim, you get denim, that's the deal.
Brand two worth it, Wrangler, underrated, consistently real. Wrangler is a brand that men dismiss because it doesn't carry social status. That's exactly why it belongs on this list. Wrangler's core product, the 13MWZ, originally designed for rodeo riders and Western working men, is built around the requirements of actual physical use. Durable cotton denim, reinforced stress points, a cut that allows movement. And a price that sits between $30 and $6 for most core styles, the brand has never tried to be aspirational in the fashion sense.
It has always tried to be functional. The result is a product that delivers real value precisely because it was never designed for a fitting room.
It was designed for a fence post, a tractor seat, or a full day of physical work. If you wear jeans in situations where they get actual use, outdoor work, manual labor, hiking in non-technical terrain, any context where durability matters more than silhouette, Wrangler makes the argument that there is no better $30 to $50 pair of pants on the market. The 13MWZ in particular has earned a kind of cult following among people who actually care about denim construction. So tight weave, honest weight, minimal stretch, consistent sizing. It's not cool in the Instagram sense, it's cool in the sense that it works. Men overlook Wrangler because the branding doesn't flatter them. That's their loss. Brand three worth it, Carhartt. Workwear that works as fashion too.
Carhartt arrived in fashion consciousness through the back door, working-class authenticity that streetwear and European-style communities adopted for the visual honesty of it.
The brand didn't change, the audience expanded. Carhartt's original denim products, the B17, the straight-leg duck denim. The canvas work pants that bleed into their jeans lineup were never designed to be stylish, they were designed to take punishment. The fabric is heavy, the construction is overbuilt relative to what most fashion denim attempts. The stitching is tight.
The rivets are there because they need to be, not for aesthetic detail. Carhartt jeans retail between $50 and $90 for core items.
The WIP line, work in progress, their European collaboration that brought the brand into fashion markets.
Either version gives you a product built around actual use. The key advantage of Carhartt denim over fashion denim is what happens after a year of wear. Fashion denim gets tired, Carhartt denim gets character. The fabric is dense enough to absorb use and show it in a way that looks intentional. The seams hold, the pockets hold, the crotch seam, always the early failure point, holds. This is workwear that happens to look good.
Not fashion that pretends to be workwear. Brand 4 worth it. APC. Premium that earns it. If you're gonna spend real money on jeans, above $100, closer to $150 to $200.
APC is the case study for why that price can be justified. APC's new standard jean is one of the most discussed products in men's denim for a reason. It's built around raw selvage denim, sourced primarily from Japanese mills, with a close-cut, straight silhouette that holds its shape without relying on stretch. The fabric starts dark and stiff. It breaks in with wear over 6 months, 12 months, 2 years of real use. It develops a fade pattern that is completely personal, a record of how you actually move and live. This is not marketing language. This is how raw denim works when it's made well. The absence of pre-processing means the fabric retains its full structural integrity.
The absence of high stretch means the fit remains consistent over time rather than sagging out. The heavier weight means the fabric takes longer to thin at friction points.
APC sells jeans at a price most men would call expensive for denim. The difference is that the price is traceable.
You can account for it in the fabric, the sourcing, the construction, and the longevity. You cannot account for it in marketing spend or celebrity agreements.
Buy one pair of APC New Standard, wear them hard for 2 years, and compare the result to 2 years of cycling through $80 fashion jeans, the math changes.
Brand 5 worth it nudie jeans, the best case for buying less. Nudie jeans is a Swedish brand that makes one argument above all others.
Buy less, wear more, repair instead of replace. Their product line is built around organic cotton, raw or minimally processed denim,
And a repair program that gives you free repairs at any nudie store, anywhere in the world, for as long as you own the jeans.
That's not a marketing claim, it's a structural part of the business model. Nudie jeans retail between $160 and $220.
That price requires examination because it's real money. What justifies it? Heavier organic cotton denim, tight and consistent construction,
A silhouette library that stays stable across seasons rather than chasing trends, and the repair guarantee that turns a single pair of jeans into a multi-year relationship rather than a seasonal purchase. The brand's ethos is rooted in the idea that a good pair of jeans should outlast fashion cycles. Their dry selvage styles are designed to be worn daily for years. The fading that develops is raw and earned. The construction is built to be maintained.
If you've been spending $80 a year on jeans that fall apart or go out of style, Nudie's math starts to work. One pair, worn for 3 or 4 years, repaired when needed, developing a fade that belongs to you.
That's a better deal than 4 pairs of fashion denim that never fully deliver and never fully last. The best jeans you own should get better with age. Nudie builds for that outcome. The conclusion: one question before you buy. Here's what this comes down to.
Every time you stand in front of a pair of jeans, in a store, online, at an outlet,
There is one question worth asking before you look at the price or the logo. Is this jeans going to look better or worse in 2 years?
Fashion denim is designed to look worse. It starts at peak condition in the fitting room and degrades from there.
The artificial wash, the heavy stretch, the light fabric, the trend-driven silhouette, all of it is optimized for the first 30 seconds
Of the transaction and the next 18 months of replacement cycles, quality denim is designed to look better.
It starts stiff and dark or simply unfussy and honest. It takes weeks to break in, and then it starts to build a story.
the fade develops where your knuckles drag, where your phone sits, where your knees bend. The fit shapes itself to your body, the stitching holds, the seams don't open. You are not paying for a logo, you are not paying for a campaign, you are not paying for a name that sounds like something it isn't.
You are paying for cotton, for construction, for the confidence that the same jeans that fits you today will still fit you correctly in 8 months and will look more interesting for having been worn. Stop buying the label, start buying the material. Check the composition, feel the weight, look at the seam.
Ask whether the price makes sense relative to what you're actually holding. One pair of jeans that lasts 3 years,
That fades honestly, that holds its shape, that is worth more than 6 pairs that don't. That's the only rule you need. If this changed how you look at a label, stick around. We do this work so you don't have to.